Say hello, Mr. Ducker.
Carnage. I don't know why these names change for you every week, but Galactic Carnage.
Yeah, and then we got Spyrite. Say hello, Spyrite. Okay, that's her hello. And then we got I guess we got the dark wife. Mr. And then we got name redacted. We actually got name redacted in the second podcast. Say hello, name redacted.
Don't respond to that.
You gotta respond. The people have to know who you are. Are you really not gonna respond to your name, Mr. Name Redacted?
I told him not to.
You need to respond. I'm gonna embarrass you.
Oh, I think he is muted.
He is muted.
God damn it. Well,
name it. I'm just not gonna listen to that.
There you go. All right, there we go. He's here. I just thought he disappeared. Okay. I'm sure everybody heard the news yesterday. Before we get started on this podcast, I would like to have a moment of silence for Mr. Chadwick Boseman, who unfortunately died. He was actually a really good actor. He played in a bunch of movies except for Gods of Egypt, which was, not good. But, let's not talk about Gods of Egypt. We leave that out of his movie list. Starting now.
Imagine fighting cancer that whole time.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, moment of silence. God. Let's talk.
Thank you, sir.
Oops.
You want to give another moment of silence?
No, it's ruined. You ruined it.
I hate you. That was fucking
funny.
But
yes, though. Fighting cancer is apparently he was fighting this cancer for 4 years. And finally, it got to the worst stages and stuff like that for it. He died with his wife by his side and his family members in his home.
I think it's amazing that he was fighting cancer while going to visit cancer patients and encouraging them to not give up and fight.
He didn't get up the fight, though. That's the funny part. He kept on going, man.
Wild Fang knows, especially with the cancer. That's the same cancer that my uncle also. I lost an uncle to that. So yeah, colon cancer. Cancer in general, it's just really fucked up. But the struggle that you see them go through is traumatic, and you can only just do what you can.
He was a champ. He was a soldier. Like the way he carried himself, the way he acted, his demeanor, everything about him just exuded what he played, which was a king. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. I think that the role of Black Panther in the movie, in general, of course, everybody was hyped because, black movie, all that stuff. But I think what he did and what a lot of people are starting to realize is that he started to inspire black children to watch comic book movies.
He did, because it's really difficult being a black child. And growing up, you already watch TV shows and cartoons, and it's really difficult to try to gravitate towards somebody that looks like you, be it, a black girl and she wears her hair natural. It's really difficult, especially for us 90s babies. There'll always, of course, be like that one token black person. And that's the only person that we would somewhat kind of gravitate towards. But he opened up the threshold for younger kids, like I said, watching comic book movies, but also having somebody that they can look up to, and even watching the whole entire movie, saying, I look like that person. And so that's something that, I've never met Chadwick Boseman, but I did still kind of shed a few tears because, one, I had the way he died. Two, he was really goddamn young. I think when my uncle died, he was 43. My uncle, I think he was in his. So he was also fairly young, but 43, super young, very talented actor. He will be missed.
Yeah,
we did lose one of our best young black actors. It's unfortunate. Did you guys hear what happened to Michael B. Jordan after? I don't know if the incidents are related, but Michael B. Jordan had a panic attack same day. It might be related.
It's not. I think
to be.
it may have been. Letitia and Michael B. Like they were all still like really close. Like even at like before the movie and stuff like that, of them filming Black Panther, they was like really close. And then of course, once you film a movie, just like how John Boyega and Daisy Ridley and Oscar Isaac, get with these actors, they form bonds with their co-workers, because it's like, especially with something like like Star Wars or something like that. That's 3 damn movies, and like what? That was like the span of what? That was like what? 4 or 5 years or 6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's a long time. And then same thing with Black Panther. They were on the set for a good while. Mm-hmm. But I think, if I can recall what I was reading, that it may have had something to do with it. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty positive.
Yeah, and like I said, I'd say this. He may not. The Black Panther movie may not have been the best movie in the Marvel catalog, but it wasn't a bad movie. And I was genuinely like, God damn, how are we gonna lose somebody like this? All my friends are calling me like, what the fuck?
Yep. 2020, fuck 2020. We lost Kobe and we lost Chadwick. Yep.
First of all, who's Kobe? So now, let me stop being a jackass.
So, yep.
I was just being an ass. I know who Kobe Bryant is. Unfortunately, every time I think about his incident, I go, what the fuck, man? It could have been avoided. I wish it was.
The beauty, like kind of the rose within the concrete behind both of their tragic deaths is the fact that they left such an impact. I personally, I grew up watching Kobe. I idolized him more so as an athlete because of his work ethic, which I think a lot of people did. But one of the things that I liked about him and Chadwick was that they were very humble about what they did, and they liked to pass on their teachings. You know what I mean? They didn't hold anything back. Yeah. They were very, like, they like to educate. You know what I mean? And they were about lifting people up instead of saying, you know what, it's every man for yourself. So I like that both about them.
Every man for yourself. I feel like that's life. I'm gonna blow you all up though, so it can't be every man for yourself. It's like unfortunately.
I actually also like that that analogy, what you just said, the rose in between the concrete. I actually really like that.
Actually, that was incredibly. It was incredibly profound, and at the same time, it was not profound because it was kind of almost.
Are you done? Are you done?
Can I be the bad guy for a second, please?
Are you done?
Can I be the bad guy just for two seconds?
No.
Let me be the bad guy here.
Bro, we have a lot to cover.
Job, sir.
Yes, we do have a lot to cover. We could go ahead and move
into the wrestling.
Yes, let's get to the wrestling. So, let's get started with the first thing I wanted to talk about. That NXT TakeOver.
Shit.
All right.
Sorry, Normie.
I want to, but I can't. You live in my house. Anywho,
sorry.
2 things. How many of you guys felt that it felt like it wasn't a normal takeover, but it was still a good takeover?
It wasn't normal because it was.
I said it last week. NXT hasn't felt the same. Rona.
NXT is not the same. It's not the same NXT for multiple different reasons.
Yes.
Why do you say that, Mr. Darkwave?
Well, first and foremost, fans affect all wrestling.
Yeah.
But NXT, the fans really drove NXT, in my opinion.
Yep.
Them being in a smaller venue, when NXT pushes new talent that we may not know, that the fans may know because they've seen house shows or their little live show that doesn't come on TV. It makes everything feel that much bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And then Takeover is when you really see the grand. They're like all the fans, like a typical pay-per-view show, which doesn't happen much on NXT because they're in full sell. So when you take away the fans, particularly in NXT, which I think it hurts most, it just doesn't feel. That's just one of the reasons why it doesn't feel safe. Also, the creative in NXT has been more preemptive based off AEW rather than what we come to know, whereas long-term storytelling, or stories that actually have meaning and feel. So all those combined, not saying that NXT is bad. I mean, it's still head and shoulders better than Raw and SmackDown by leagues and bounds.
Leagues and bounds. Like, it's not
if you take the NXT of, let's say, before they went to live Wednesday nights, and compare that to the NXT now, it's just a completely different show.
Mm-hmm.
But I know why they're doing it. They're trying to compete with AEW. People say, people can think Vince McMahon has some hands in it. We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
But I mean, to me, it's just different. And Takeover, it was a good show, but without being in that big venue, it just wasn't special. Really, it's not special whatsoever.
Yeah, it was literally still a good show. I'm not gonna lie to you. I still had more fun watching that. Especially again, the highlight of the evening was, of course, the ladder match, which I already knew was going to be a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ladder match was fucking amazing. But let's go ahead and run through this pay per view because yeah. But I do feel as though because of the crowdlessness, that does take away from some of the wrestlers. But at the end of the day, I do feel as though that some of these matches are still on fire, compared to when we get on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown. Like, there was not a match where I was like, fuck this match, and I ignored it. I was still like, oh shit, especially Finn Balor's match. Oh Lord Jesus, I was like, this match is technical as shit.
Mm-hmm.
This match is super technical for no reason, and it was amazing. I just wish they, damn it, I just wish we had the crowds back or something, man. But let's go through the matches. We saw Breezango versus Oni Larkin, Danny Burke, and Legado del Fantasma. Did anybody see that match?
Nope.
Well, that match
right past it.
Yeah, that match was pretty good. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. That match was pretty good. Finn Balor versus Timothy
Badger.
Yeah, thank you for completing that, because I was going to do the same thing as the last podcast. Did we see that match? Did anybody
yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I really like that one.
Fandango match?
You said what?
You talking about the Breezango and Phantasma?
Imperium.
No, Breezango versus Oni Larkin versus Legado de Fantasma.
That's what.
The triple threat match.
Yeah, that's the pay-per-view match, right?
Yeah.
That was the kickoff match, right?
Yes.
I did not watch it. I don't watch kickoffs.
That's rude.
I don't. No, I don't waste my time with kickoff matches. They usually don't mean shit. And I don't care. And it's kind of obvious who's going to. I mean, it doesn't mean shit. Period. I already knew who was going to win the match.
Well, that's WWE's fault for making it so.
There shouldn't even be a kickoff show. It should just all be the paper.
Damn.
Nope, because certain titles aren't worth shit. U.S. title, nope.
Well,
put that shit right on the pre-show. Women's tag team shit, nope. Put that shit on the pre-show. We don't care about this.
And that is why I don't watch them. There's no reason to watch them.
Good
if
God.
they're on the well, the U.S. title is trying to get resuscitated, but at this point, if something is on a pre-show, that to me tells me there's no importance. I'd rather keep playing my video game and wait an extra 30 minutes before I watch garbage than to start watching my garbage early.
Yep, I can catch the highlights on the pre-show, honestly.
Damn.
Though NXT has much better matches, but I mean, it was kind of obvious Breezango was going to go over here. Imperium heels. Only Loki and Danny Burch, I believe, already tried and failed. Phantasma is heels, so.
Who is the NXT Tag Team Champions right now? Imperium? Oh, wait, no, it's Breezango.
Breezango, yep.
Yeah.
They beat Imperium.
Because NXT UK is coming back, so.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Did
But
you see the Bruiserweight again?
That's gonna be hilarious.
Ooh.
But NXT UK and all them damn allegations and shit. That's gonna be funny.
Well,
People were
everyone who got
sitting off
allocated
with
in
Velveteen
NXT.
Dream.
Well, everyone who got ousted in the movement for UK has been fired, the only one who hasn't been fired because I guess they found no evidence was Jordan Devlin.
Ooh.
But outside of everyone else, Travis Banks is gone. Basically, everyone else who had issues is gone. Yeah. And Jordan Devlin pretty much said he's going to get lawyers involved. So I guess he probably did a full investigation. But he hasn't come back yet. He'll be back probably as babyface follower because he has to fight Phantasma at some point. He's still technically the Cruiserweight champion. Technically. Unless they're just going to drop that altogether. So he'll probably be back. But outside of that, everyone else is in the house. As far as NXT UK anyway.
Ooh.
That in terms of the match that you would the Finn Balor match.
Yeah.
I really liked that one because it was very like you said, it was very technical.
Yeah, it was technical.
Finn Balor did his thing. Yeah, exactly. Finn Balor did his thing, but I really liked what's my man's name? Timothy Thatcher. I really liked him in that match.
I'm gonna start calling him TT because I'm not about to.
I think. Oh my god! I think Timothy Thatcher should have actually won. I think he should have just went over because, quite honestly, there ain't shit else for Finn Balor in NXT. While we all know why he went to NXT, and it's like, all right, cool. It works with like Killian Dane, and stuff like that. But at this point, the main roster needs star power, like Raw, because now Roman's back on SmackDown. So it's like, all right, I would have just given. Not saying that the match wasn't good. I would have just given it to Timothy Thatcher, and then that could have been that could have been Finn Balor's send-off.
The only thing is with that,
I don't know if I want Finn Balor back on the main roster, to be honest.
Exactly.
It's also kind of not his fucking choice.
It was his choice. That's why he came back down.
Right, but it did say, "No, I need you to come back up."
He can go send me my walking papers. Fuck you.
I mean, I'm not saying he can't. I just don't want him to go back up there. We seen what they did last time he was up there.
Yep. He lost to King.
You look at he lost his balls. So
yeah, so he's like, all right, I'm done here. I don't need to be up here no more. I fought Seth.
I mean, if he goes back, listen. Right. If he goes back and he's the same, weight now, I'm fine with it. But if he goes back to being Smiley Finn.
So who else is for Drew back? I wanted to keep the belt on Drew. What other heels? Oh, besides him getting the.
Well, I'm pretty sure
you cut out there, Mrs. Spirit.
Hold on.
You cut off. We can barely hear you. What happened?
She sounds super far.
And you also sound really far, by the way.
It sounds like it's coming from your end. There we go.
There we go. I would bring Finn Balor up and have him go with Drew. Y'all want to keep the belt? You want to keep the belt? You want to keep the belt on Drew? You don't want it. They didn't give it to Randy Orton. Okay, so if Drew wins again with this rematch with Randy Orton, who else is there for Drew McIntyre? That's why I opted for them to give the belt to Randy, only just because there's a little bit more baby faces and stuff, more opponents for Randy versus Drew McIntyre. If Drew McIntyre, so my question, if Drew McIntyre wins against his rematch and stuff with Randy Orton, who's next?
Well, I don't know if you saw Raw, but they just technically wrote Drew McIntyre off TV for a little bit.
I know, I saw.
So I think they about to use Keith Lee. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but between the three of them, one of them, I think Drew's gonna lose the title, and I think Randy's gonna get it, and then they're gonna make a feud with Keith Lee and Randy,
which would be pretty cool. But I don't.
That's the problem that WWE is having. They don't have star power, so they're bringing up people they are just calling up from NXT to go up against with title matches. Matt Riddle came to SmackDown and he was getting the title shot with AJ Styles for the Intercontinental Championship. You just bought Keith Lee. Keith Lee hasn't even had a damn donut and some coffee. And this is because, again, they don't have stars. They don't have star power because WWE has not been pushing new talent. So you can't sit here and the talent that was, yes, do I want Finn Balor to come up to the main roster? No, because I already know that he got dogged. But who the fuck else is there? What they're going to do next? They're going to call somebody... Right, because they're going to call somebody else up from NXT and then be like, all right, well, we don't have nobody from Randy Orton or whatever, so here's Velveteen Dream versus Randy Orton. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which I don't know, that match would be good, but I honestly think Finn Balor honestly, and a lot of the NXT people are like, nah. Honestly, they can just make new talent up or get new talent, to be completely honest, because at this point, you're right, Raw barely has any people, but that's also not, our fault. It's WWE. It's Vince's fault, actually. Vince decided that Paul Heyman was wrong and fired him from his position, and now we don't have build new talent, and now we get the same old fucking people. So that's hilarious.
I just thought of something.
What?
If Drew still retains the title for like another few weeks or whatever like that, when Karrion Kross comes back, he's getting put onto the main roster, so we may see Drew McIntyre versus Karrion Kross.
Which would actually be a good match.
It would be, but at the same time, how the hell you just come up, get called up from NXT, and then you get a title shot? Brings up to the same problem I mentioned.
Or they could use Aleister Black since he just had a heel turn.
Yeah, you're right. Aleister Black did just have a heel turn. Moving on.
I mean, to be honest, no brand has real star power, though, to be honest with you. NXT's even suffering.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the NXT title picture is in shambles right now. The North American Championship is probably the only championship that has, like, some contenders.
Which we will get to that match.
Because it just... No, the whole brand, the WWE brand, Raw, SmackDown, NXT, their main event power is all lacking. So, Finn Balor being up, Finn Balor being down, calling someone up, calling someone down, all the shows are going to be in the same disarray. They're just in a giant rut. And especially, now with Karrion Kross is gone for about whoever knows how long. It's just not going to get any better. Like,
I think he's going to be gone for like 6 to 8 months.
Something like that. But I mean, like, if you think about main events
like
in NXT, if you think about the main event right now in NXT, there's only one babyface in all of the main event of NXT. Guess what that is? Ironic.
Cameron Grimes?
No, he's North American title bound, probably. I mean, they might move him up to main event, but he's a heel. No, the only babyface, quote, quote, in the main event of NXT is Finn Balor. So, Gargano's a heel. Ciampa is a heel. Adam Cole, more likely still a heel. So, they have no one either.
Adam Cole about to get... Undisputed Era is going to get called up. So there's nothing else right now.
I hope not.
Yeah, so, I mean, no brand right now has, like, sufficient star power right now, and that's just... I know NXT is a little bit better off because they can just move certain people.
Yeah.
But I mean, all those people are heels. Cameron Grimes, he's a heel.
Is Cameron
Dexter
a
Lumis
heel?
is out.
Because he was getting cheered.
Yes.
Bronson Reed,
I mean,
but
he
Bronson
gets
Reed
cheered.
is still going to stay down in NXT.
Bronson is a
I
face,
mean,
right?
Cameron Grimes is a heel, but I mean, he can get cheered, but he's still a heel.
Damian Priest, he's a tweener.
Mm-hmm.
Damian's babyface. He's babyface. He's the North American champion, so he doesn't count. Bronson Reed, he's not ready for an NXT title.
He's a babyface.
He's a babyface. Cameron Grimes is a heel. Velveteen Dream, forget about it right now.
Velveteen Dream is not touching. Velveteen Dream's not touching the championship for a little bit.
So
and Gargano,
he's kind of just there right now.
But
Gargano's a heel. Ciampa just turned heel. So the only babyface right now in the main event scene is Finn Balor.
Oh, that is true.
So again, no brand is technically like striving right now in terms of star power.
Oh, speaking of that ladder match,
even when Dexter Lumis comes back, he's
I
a heel.
wish he was in the match. Dexter Lumis is not.
I mean, Dexter Lumis, he comes back, and he's probably gonna be.
Dexter's a
babyface.
He's a babyface.
He was a babyface. I mean, you can call him. You can call Finn Balor a tweener, but at this point, I'm not going to go that route because even if you call him a tweener, he's still on the more babyface spectrum than on that. So Dexter Lumis, when he comes back, he's going to probably be in the North American title picture. I mean, they can move him to the NXT title picture, but it's just right now, no brand is really thriving in star power. And they do have star power. Most of them are heels. So
I mean,
it's a weird situation right now.
Yeah, because the match on Tuesday, Super Tuesday, with Gargano, Balor, Cole, and Ciampa, that's probably just a straight heel match. And
no,
I think that's going to be a
Finn Balor.
Balor's a tweener, technically.
In between,
but he's
he's on the baby face. He's on the baby face spectrum of tweener.
They're going to be cheered as baby faces, while Ciampa and Gargano. Oh my God! I think I know what's going to happen.
Is Ciampa really going to? Well,
no, he got fucking cheered from the people that was there, and then he beat up that dude, and it was just like okay. But
well, I mean, there's a difference between getting cheered and then not being. I mean, you can be cheered and still be a heel.
Yeah.
So
realistically,
that whole match. That whole match is 3 heels. That whole match is 3 heels, 1 babyface.
I mean, that's fine.
Finn Balor's more on the babyface side than heel right now.
I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
It is. Wait, it's just
it's Tommaso Ciampa, Gargano, Adam Cole, and Finn Balor, right?
Yeah. If you don't think
2 people, there's 2 people in that. Well, I guess we'll get to that, but I already know the 2 people that's not winning the championship.
We'll get to that after we're done with the pay-per-view. But the next match was Damian Priest versus Bronson versus Cameron Grimes versus Gargano versus The Dream.
That match was fire.
That match
was so hilarious.
That match was a 5-star match, and they're missing one person, and I think that was a 5-star match. I was like, oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole match, and then every time Cameron climbed the ladder, I was like, "Oh, is he about to win the?" Oh, nope. Then I was like, "I got about to win it." Oh, come on.
Honestly, I genuinely didn't want Cameron Grimes to win.
What?
I think they didn't have to win it because I think they thought it was going to be too predictable. Because I think they would have been like, "Well, Cameron Grimes is kind of like the odd man out, kind of. He's not really on nobody's list." Yeah. So. If this was the main roster, they would have given him the belt. But the right man won.
I like Cameron.
No, I'm not saying I don't like him.
No,
I just wanted Damian Priest to win. He was my first pick.
Yo, Damian Priest deserved.
It was long overdue.
He was.
He was.
Yeah, for somebody, him and Bronson Reed are too good for this. With too fucking good in this match. Velveteen Dream is the 3rd place man.
He died.
At the end, that bump he took, I was like, "Sir, are you okay?" I would have been like, "Are you okay, sir, Mr. Patrick? Mr. Patrick, are you all right?"
Nah, I would have threw that tablecloth, that little black tablecloth they had. I'm like, "Well, let me just go ahead and throw this over here." Yep, he did.
Mr. Patrick. Patrick.
Yeah, he took a strong L, man, Johnny.
Yeah, but that added to the match, and the match was great. And then Candice LeRae came, and I was just like,
Oh my goodness, bro, that was the worst part of the match. That's the only reason why I don't give it 5 stars.
Candice LeRae came out in the middle of the match, and she.
Oh, well, but that spot though was still good, where she was on top on Bronson Reed's back, and he was just like, "All right, fuck it, I'm gonna sit here and splat. We're gonna splat right on your husband." Yeah, that was still a good spot.
Oh, I know that spot was good. It's just when she almost.
Before that, didn't she Hurricane Rana somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't like the fact that she came out there.
Yeah, that was kind of like, but then again, I was like, I get it. Gargano's a heel,
And it's a part of his gimmick, but it's like, it was unnecessary to me.
Yeah, and the fact
like if we see her in that fatal 4-way and shit, I'm gonna be like, okay, no.
Candice, get out the fucking, please get out. There are 4 Titans on the wrestling round on Mount Rushmore fighting.
Yeah, if I
need you to get the fuck out of the way.
No, it would be funny because if I was Ciampa, I would literally just give her a widow's bell.
Oh my god, yeah, that would be fucking tight. And then we get fucking Gargano for Ciampa round 4. Yeah, I would be happy.
I'm like, oh, you want to bring your wife out here? Oh, okay, she gonna get a widow's bell too.
Oh my god, I would. Oh man, I would. That would be so fucking good.
Nah, Finn Balor, she gonna either get a widow. If she comes out there, we need to see Candice LeRae get a widow's bell or get a fucking coup de grace.
Okay, hold off on the coup de grace. We can hold off on the coup de grace. He can just do his other finisher, the DDT joint.
Which one? Okay, which finisher would you rather? You would rather take a widow's bell than a coup de grace?
I would rather take a widow's bell than a coup de grace. Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so first of all, the tiny frame of Candice LeRae and the frame of Finn Balor landing on Candice LeRae, and if one small a mess up happens, she's dead.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, that's what you get for coming out here.
AJ Styles, like that match between him and AJ Styles, where he landed on AJ Styles, and you heard AJ fucking lose his breath.
He landed on his lungs. I was like, oh, they should have edited that shit. They should have took that shit out.
Nah, they was like, it's live, man. It's live, pal. Anywho.
That was funny.
Anywho. Yeah, no. But the match overall was actually my favorite match of the night, and I would still give it those stars. It's just, it did have that fucked up spot, but hey. Next is the Adam Cole versus Pat internet protection.
So the match was not 5 stars, but I was extremely surprised by Pat McAfee.
Yo, Pat, it was surprisingly athletic, and I was just like, oh, okay, this match is starting to get a little. It started off dumb as shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. Then it started getting more and more entertaining as Pat showed off his athleticism, jumping to the top rope, doing that big ass. I was just like,
he leaped in one bound up to the top rope.
Yeah,
that is ridiculous.
And they did a whole ass backflip on his feet, and then I was just like, that's tight.
And the Swanton bomb.
Yeah, he did that. He impressed me. Right, the match was impressive. And I'm not gonna lie, I gave him like 3.5 after I was done. 3.5 stars. I was like, oh, this is pretty entertaining. I wasn't bored. I wasn't fucking. I like. It started off awful though. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then when he kept getting his boys, I was like, are you aware that he's a part of a group called the Undisputed Era? Did you forget that? I was like, why do you keep talking it with his friends, man? Like the rest of the group gonna come out. Like, duh.
The only part that blew me, was when it was when this guy he tried to. No. The only part that blew me was the fact that Pat McAfee was kind of carrying the match. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah, he had to. I mean, Adam Cole had to slow down for Pat McAfee completely.
Right. Yeah, right. That's a good point.
I mean, think about Adam Cole versus Aleister Black or Gargano, any of the matches, or in the War Games matches. You put Adam Cole in his own pace or a pace of someone faster, he will deliver a match that you go, what the fuck? This is a great match. I barely see this man Adam Cole in bad matches. It's just fucking. He had to wrestle a non-wrestler, so he had to slow all the way to fuck down and make it a technical match. And I'm like, it said Anarchal Speed, but at least he was able to at least make Pat McAfee have a good match. You know what I mean?
And I like, yeah, because he really delivered on the selling the moves and things like that, making Pat look good. So
yeah, he made Pat look good. So that's why I say 3 stars myself.
Right. No, I agree.
Next match, Io Shirai versus Dakota Kai. How many of you seen this match?
So going back to what I said last podcast about Dakota Kai, I really, 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 really do not like her. She's a great wrestler.
You said you don't like who?
Dakota Kai.
Oh, I thought he said Io. I was gonna say what?
No, I ain't crazy.
But so we know who you currently are, bro.
She's so dry, bro. Like she's just so dry.
Did you like her when she was a babyface, or you just don't like her? Do you don't like her moveset, or
no? In the ring, she's very like she's a great wrestler in the ring. But I think excuse me, vice versa. I meant to say on the mic, she's great. But as a wrestler, she's very like her moveset reminds me of Bayley's.
Yeah.
Like it's very generic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I got my expectations up too high for her, but I don't know. You look at somebody like Tegan Knox and then you compare it to Dakota Kai, it's like, somebody dropped the ball there. Yeah. And then they want to put her in the ring with somebody like Io, like, I don't know, man. They just, nah.
That wasn't it for you.
Mm-mm. But I did like the fact that, what's her friend's name?
Raquel Gonzalez.
I liked her.
You said swole.
I mean, she is the daughter of Ricky Gonzalez, so.
Of course. But I like the fact that she came out and they incorporated her that way. And then on the following NXT, they had her go against who was it? Rhea Ripley. I really like that.
That.
Mm-hmm. I think that they should have because at the end of the day, Dakota Kai can go back to being a face, and I think that the women's division of NXT needs her to be a face right now. So I think that they should break up that little tangent or group or whatever you want to call it by having Gonzalez turn on Kai, and then Gonzalez going after the championship.
True.
By the way, Raquel is pretty swole.
Bro, her back muscles got back muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh my god! Like he was pretty swole. Like her and her dad is whatever. But
I could have swore I just heard you say he is pretty swole.
No, you didn't hear that. I don't think you heard me correctly. I don't understand.
Am I the only one? I think I'm the only one.
No, you're not. You're not. No. Actually, no.
Nah, that's not what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that was the last match of the. Shut the fuck. That's the last match of the night. Karrion Kross versus Keith Lee, which to me had.
I don't want to talk about that match.
It had some of the best.
I love the flex by Keith Lee in that match.
Ayo, that shit was
everything Karrion Kross threw it. Even though Keith Lee put over Karrion Kross, it was like everything Karrion Kross threw at Keith Lee, like, you know what I mean? It's like he only lost because he had to. Yeah. That's how
why I particularly didn't care.
Like the match,
I don't like transitional champions.
But the match was still good though.
That's a good point.
Yeah, but at the same time, that's something that I would not expect NXT to do. That's something I would expect on the main roster. I don't like transitional champions, especially for somebody that was as hot as Keith Lee.
Yeah,
I think that it was a desperation last minute thing by Vince.
Yes, exactly. It was last minute thing, and then there's also the fact that they cut that little promo. I don't know if you guys saw it. It might have been only on their YouTube channel with him and Drew McIntyre together.
Yeah.
The picture they had. Yeah.
No, they were wrestling training. It was champion.
It was a pic. They took a picture. They also took a picture.
It was a video
and posted it on. Can you let me finish? I said also, meaning, yes, they did a video, all the stuff, but they also had a picture and stuff that was up on Instagram.
Okay.
I said what I said. Now you may continue.
I don't know who was talking.
It was you.
It was me. Well, that was all I had to say.
God, what?
I just wanted to bring that little fact up because I think that's what it was. That's why they went through with that last minute decision. There's also noticeably no one on the main roster to have against Drew McIntyre. Now I don't know what they're doing with Keith Lee. What are they doing with Keith Lee on Raw? Why is he on Raw?
It hurt my soul.
Because they needed it.
Hold up. Before you say anything about Raw or Keith Lee, do not say anything yet. We will get to it. So, after the event ended, apparently Karrion Kross got injured during the match, which was, completely fucking pants because, like, on the negative side, it was like, come on, he just became champion and he lost it. Oh, man, it's like another Finn Balor situation. On a positive note, we got fucking Gargano, Balor, Cole, and Ciampa in a match, which I probably am going to find a way to watch that match. Illegally
on a negative note, it makes Keith Lee look even dumber.
How does that make Keith Lee look dumb?
Keith Lee had 2 belts, right? He relinquished 1 belt and then lost the other one to a guy that only held it for 24 hours, if that?
And that was his first title defense, right? That was his first?
That was not his first title defense.
Oh.
It's just that no. She has a point.
I'm just saying. I would have just kept the North America. I'd have been like, I'm just going to do both. I'm just going to have both.
Then Keith Lee would have had to wrestle twice, and it would have been weird.
We see Sasha Banks and Bayley wrestle 2 matches and stuff in the night. So.
Oh my God! I don't want to.
We'll get to that.
We will get to that. Yes.
I think it ties back into what you're saying, Spirit. I think that ties back into it being a last minute decision. I don't think Triple H and Shawn, I don't think they planned for him to move the title the way he did, as quick as he did. I think they were going to have him to have a good, long push. But, Vince is boss. His word is law around WWE.
His word is law.
Yep. Unfortunately, we got what we got. And then, we'll talk about it later, but
yeah, of course.
They did not do him justice.
Don't say anything. Not yet. Yep. I don't want to remember it like this yet.
I don't want to wait.
Okay, so we're going to move on to the second pay-per-view we got. Are you done?
I don't want to wait. Mama, turn a new Toyota.
I'm going to throw
I want a car that's got a lot of gas.
Shut up! Jesus! Alright. Fuck. Alright.
Fuck.
The SummerSlam 2020, guys. Yay! Apparently, this is the first SummerSlam since 2011 not to feature Brock Lesnar.
Thank you, Jesus.
Round of applause for that. Round of applause, please.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
It was also the first SummerSlam to feature MVP since 2009. I would clap, but he needs to go back to the back. He needs to go back to the back. I'm getting sick of him already, especially him in the Hurt Business.
Well, he signed a new 5-year deal, so.
Wait, is it the Hurt Business or the Hurt Locker?
The Hurt Business.
I think it's the Hurt. I like the Hurt Locker better. Whatever.
Okay. How you gonna ask a question and then?
The Hurt.
I'm gonna start calling him the Blacks and Wax Museum. That's what I'm gonna start calling him.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, we're doing this.
And you said Vince McMahon is racist.
That's why they're a group called the Hurt. The Hurt Entrepreneurs. That's what they called the Hurt Entrepreneurs. Like, what do you think?
Hey, you know what would be? You know what? Actually, I can't make that joke just yet. Never mind.
Please don't.
No, I was gonna say. I was just gonna say. Do you think it would be? You think Vince was probably sitting there asking him, "Hey guys, so would it be racist if, like, for your theme song, I could have people in the back saying E Bombay?"
And I think we need to cut the
It's
podcast
too soon.
off. I think it was way too soon for that joke.
Absolutely.
Wait.
I'm still rooted off of Chadwick. Too soon.
Yeah. He also just said a name. You butthole. Anyway.
Who?
Chadwick? I said I'm too rooted off of
He
Chadwick.
said.
Oh, no.
He said
Oh.
Chadwick.
I thought you said another name. I was about to fight you. We just about to fight. All right. SummerSlam 2020. It was. I had the opposite reactions that I had for NXT. Yay!
Is that surprise though?
Okay, so
Although I will say it was better than previous SummerSlam.
It
barely.
only because the ending.
The ending literally saved it from being better, worse than other SummerSlams. But let's move on. Let us move. Did anybody watch Apollo Crews versus MPV?
Who?
No.
Yeah, okay. Bailey with Sasha Banks in the corner versus Asuka.
That was.
Oh, you mean literally all of WWE's women's division?
Yes.
Oh,
Except
dude,
for,
like to this point, I think the four of them just need to like get written off. They need to get an injury or a fake injury or something, and just get written off of TV for like a year.
Before who?
Because, excuse me, I meant the three of them. Asuka, Bailey, and Sasha. That shit is
Literally,
very annoying.
They would have to cancel the women's division.
They would have to cancel it because that's all their women's division. That's why I literally joked and said, "Oh, you mean their whole women's division?" Because that's all they have in their women's division.
pretty much.
Dude, like,
And
that's
then
all they
Charlotte's
want
gonna
first.
come back with even bigger tits, with even bigger air floaters, and then there you go.
She's gonna have more leaky titties.
Damn. And then she go, yeah.
And
she
we're
go,
gonna do her just like they did Roman and put her automatically in the title picture.
if they do that shit again.
You already know they are. You already know they are. Just be prepared for it. It's coming. It's coming.
You guys make fun of me for making fun of Vince McMahon's asshole.
No, because that's
What?
That's
That's where he pulls the script from.
No.
What was the next match?
The Street Profits versus Del Fuego.
Am I the only person that thinks that WWE's, besides the women division, that their tag team division is garbage?
No.
In terms of like, what do you mean? Like
What tag team division?
Excuse me. I should say non-existent.
There we go.
Yeah, it
I'm
needs
about to
some
say,
work.
what tag team
I'll agree that
division?
It needs some work. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the
But that's
Usos
the
is
tag
gone
team that I
again. So I mean, that shit died immediately. They got rid of half the people there in the tag team division. Fucking.
Why are the Usos gone? What happened to them?
One of them got injured again.
Well, Jimmy is injured.
You know what happens every time an Uso gets injured? They go missing. I mean, the Usos get written off of TV for months and then come back and then go missing again.
Well,
Like,
it's the same with any. That's kind of the sucky part about being in a tag team is that if you're in a tag team, if your partner gets out, it's out. Then you are also out. Case in point, AOP.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. Let me paint you a story real quick. There's a tag team in New Japan Pro Wrestling. I'm gonna call them Team Japan, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where one of their members went missing, and they still wrestled constantly until their partner was back.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is that WWE or is that New Japan?
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Anywho, yes. Or you know, I got a better thing. There is a team of people in a faraway land, right? Called I'm gonna call it TXN, that wrestling promotion, where they had 4 members in the group, and one member got injured, and they still had tag team matches because they would just replace him. Or there was also another group where he got another partner, or somebody else. There was a group of 2 one person couldn't fly back, so therefore he had to get another partner. I think his partner's name was Thatch Timothy or something like that. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, but did we? But if I can also recall, we didn't like that matchup as much as as much as the first one.
I like the matches. I like the matches. I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't say matches. I said the mash up. I prefer Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle because that was hilarious because they were polar fucking opposites.
Who said we were talking about NXT? What?
You know exactly. Shut up.
I said TXN. You heard about that? TXN. Look, man, I'm about to create a whole new chat in the joint called TXN. Just because he.
I hate you so much.
What was the next match?
Thank you.
Yeah, I created it.
Fucking shoot you.
Go ahead. I don't have to go to work at that case. The next match was Mandy Rose versus Sonya Deville.
Wrong person left. The wrong person left.
Well, the reason, I don't know if you know what happened, but it was because they had to change to go back in the story and stuff. The whole thing was sent Sonya and Mandy. They changed the stipulation from hair versus hair match because Sonya did not want to go to court with. It was actually Sonya was still going to lose regardless. Sonya just did not want to go to court with a shaven head. 2, because Sonya also went on her, I think it was Instagram or whatever like that, and was like, yeah, I don't care if I have a shaved head. So it's like, okay, well, one person already had their hair cut, the other person doesn't give a fuck, so what difference does it make? It's like saying that, yeah, arm versus arm match, and then the people is like, hey, man, yeah, I don't give a shit if I lose my arms. Oh, man, yeah, no arms. So it's like, well, what's the fucking point? But this is also to give time for Sonya, her personal time with the court stuff, and also just for her to, clear her head and stuff like that. Because the situation she went through and stuff, that was really, really fucking scary.
That makes sense. Because of that, it makes sense. But in terms of the match, completely one-sided. Bro, it got to the point where if Mandy Rose did one more double pump knee strike, I was going to turn off the program.
Oh yeah, that was.
Honestly, I'm glad I skipped the match. I wasn't planning on watching it in the first place, and when the match came on, I just so happened had something come up. So yeah, I was kind of happy about that.
She literally did that move every chance she got. It was I counted. It was at least 5 times that she did that.
So what do you think WWE's gonna do with this story?
I think that they're gonna use Mandy for they're gonna use her for Otis, and hopefully in the near future, within the next 2 pay-per-views, they're gonna have Otis cash in the contract. My hope being that it's on.
I forgot he fucking had that damn thing.
Oh, I was about to say that.
Speaking of Otis, did anyone catch on SmackDown when Tucker was back? There was a briefcase in the corner, but it was kind of cut in 2, or it was like 2 mini briefcases. So
he also turned it into a lunchbox, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because he's fat.
I get it.
And it had meat in it, which was annoying.
Well, WWE, Vince McMahon, got to get his little fat jokes and shit in there.
That's funny. Hold up, let me get the script.
Alright, so what's the next match?
Yeah, none of that.
Seth Rollins versus Dominic Mysterio.
I was so bad. They need to end this. It was fantastic, yes, in terms of the wrestling aspect, but they need to end this feud because I swear to God, if Rey Mysterio or anybody associated with Rey Mysterio loses to Seth Rollins again, like, what's the point of pushing the Rey Mysterio family faction, whatever you want to call it, if everybody keeps losing on the big matches? Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, they spent weeks building it up, and it ended the exact same way.
Dominic.
I mean, did you really think though that Dominic was going to win though?
You know what? If this was NXT, yeah.
He should have. There's no reason.
No, he should not have beaten Seth Rollins.
He shouldn't have, because first of all, they already made Seth Rollins look like a complete pussy, and first of all, the curb stomp is dead. That should not. He needs to change his finisher. No, he needs to change his finisher. That's first thing. Because the Fiend ate like 100 of them, and then he did not go down.
Don't bring that up anymore.
Yeah.
So that shit is.
That is the Rollins of old. We try not to bring that up anymore. We just
the pussy Rollins. He is still a pussy. So therefore, okay, you have him lose. I don't like the Monday Messiah shit. It's going nowhere. It doesn't make any. It's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's not.
Oh, you're not wrong.
I don't like. I don't like.
Best work.
It's stupid. I think he actually did better before.
In terms of him being a heel, I think it's his best work. But I like in terms of just as the gimmick itself. I don't like the Monday Night Messiah. It's very annoying.
And even Monday Night Messiah, you supposed to be having like a church and like a little cult and shit. You have one fucking member.
Exactly. Like, dude, Buddy Murphy for real?
Like, what do y'all like? This is Jehovah's Witnesses. Nobody wants to join y'all.
That is accurate.
You're being
Rollins.
You said Jehovah's Witness. Correct.
You guys are being unfair to Mr. Rollins.
But they are Jehovah's
Witnesses. He's doing
now.
the best work of his career.
I mean, when it started.
Okay, when you say the best work, do you mean like on the mic or do you mean like ring work? Please describe. Please define what you mean by
character work. It's his best character work since coming to WWE.
I disagree. I disagree.
On the mic, he's doing his best work.
I would say the mic. If you would have said the mic, I would have said yes. But as far as like character-wise, that's not his character sucks. Monday Night Messiah is not fucking going anywhere.
That's because they're not booking it right. That doesn't mean Seth Rollins isn't doing a good job as the Messiah.
Right. His first match, the first two big matches this man had, he lost. He lost against Kevin Owens and he lost against Drew McIntyre. That's not his best work. He got better when he had the Universal Championship.
Rollins, not WWE's, because all that is hindered on Vincent K. McMahon. Rollins as the portrayer, as him portraying the Messiah, is his best work. Now, is it his best booking? Fuck no. As him going out there.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, as him going out there, and him going out there, you know, on the mic, in the promos, and being the character, embracing the Messiah character, now is his best character work. His booking, in terms of direction, is god awful because they don't know where the fuck they're going with this shit. But him, the person, Colby Lopez, is doing his best work as the Messiah. It's just his booking is god awful.
Colby Lopez, somebody as high as Colby Lopez, as Seth Rollins in that company, people like Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, they can tell and they have creative control and say, nah, I'm not doing this. That. What the hell are you going to do? Fire Roman Reigns? No. Still, you going to do fire Seth Rollins?
You can't say he's not going to lose a match.
I'm not saying that. I'm talking about as far as creative control and direction. Certain people, like how they used to say back in the day, what the fuck you gonna do? You don't give The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin a script. Y'all give them bullet points or whatever like that, and then they go out there and do what the fuck they want to do.
Same with
Seth Rollins, right?
He probably has bullet points, but this is still his best work. His booking is terrible, though.
I hope, and that's it. But you said that's not his fault. Technically, it is. He can say,
given that they haven't built no one. I mean, given they haven't built no one up for him. I mean, look, Humberto is a failure. Aleister Black is a failure. I mean, this is, again, with Rollins has been given, the main reason why it's garbage is because we don't know where it's going. We don't even know what the greater good even is. That's on the whole booking. But Rollins coming out there is still his best work. It's just the direction and the booking is god awful. But him himself portraying the character is fantastic.
I would say it's him as far as speaking. That's fine, but I honestly liked him like that's booking wise. That's the character. Before the Fiend. I would say before the Fiend.
I mean, and they killed that. And they killed it.
That was better.
I mean,
you mean the 2018 Rollins? Yeah, that was great.
Was he the Monday Night Sign when he was fighting the Fiend?
No, that's back when he was babyface Rollins. But see, even that Rollins was booked terribly. 7 months of Baron Corbin. No, let's not forget. I don't forget. I tried to forget. I don't forget. 7 months of Baron Corbin and the Fiend feud. The Fiend feud. Do we not remember this man in the corner? You mean to tell me that is better than this, character-wise? Come on, man. Now, 2018 Raw with IC title, maybe, but 2019, after they killed him and took his balls from him, after that match with AJ Styles, what did we get from Rollins? 7 months off Baron Corbin. Let's not forget, folks, Becky Lynch is his wife at this point. Let's not forget this, folks. They are engaged. They are together. You remember that shit every week?
Oh yeah, every week. Seth Rollins' girlfriend is on the screen, or Becky Lynch's husband. Oh my bad, Becky Lynch's wife.
In the corner.
Yeah,
I can't forget that. I can't forget that Rollins. This Monday Night Messiah is leagues and bounds better than that garbage. It's just the direction of it is god awful. But him playing the character, going out there and portraying the character is fantastic. It's like having a bad movie with a great actor who's portraying the role great, but the movie around him is garbage. It's the same thing with Rollins. He's doing a great job as the Messiah. His match was dominant, probably the second best match from the show.
Yeah.
And he has been doing a fantastic job in that Messiah role. You don't have to like it, per se, because it is going nowhere. You don't know what the greater good is. They keep taking people from... People get injured. Austin Theory, who's back, by the way, he got outstanding speaking allegation. I guess that got debunked, so he's back on NXT.
Wait, so...
They have no one for him to fight but Rey Mysterio. Humberto's a failure.
Yeah, let's not talk about Humberto, okay? Like, what the fuck was that?
He's a failure, and it's just what it is. No, it's not his fault, but they make. I mean, again, he gets booked.
You said what?
Yeah, I said his dimples have worn off.
Okay. For me, what I would say on that situation is, while I do agree that it's not really 110% his fault, but at the same time, he is now in the point in his career where he can go, nah, Vince, we gotta do it this way, bro. He can do that. And I feel as though he tends to just do what he's told. Kind of like how Roman used to do. And we all know what happened. Suffering succotash, son. Yeah, that's the type of shit what happens when you listen to Vince. You get suffering succotash, son. And a line that I will never forget for the rest of my everlasting life. That a man on live television openly said, suffering succotash. Right?
Hey, bro.
On live TV. He's getting paid.
He was getting paid money. He was getting paid. You don't say suffering succotash or whatever, the suffering succotash or whatever it is. You don't say it.
My guy, listen to me. Right? My guy. I love you. Listen.
You would say it.
Listen to me, son. There is no God-given way you would have literally had me on. Look at me as my boss and say, I'm gonna have you say suffering succotash on live television and expect me to look at you with a straight face.
I think you would say it, dude.
No.
You would say it.
No. I'd be like, no. He'd be like, I'm gonna need you to say it. And I'd be like, no. You're not gonna get me to say suffering succotash. And the reason why I know, because you clearly love me, so therefore, I'm not saying that, because I'm Roman Reigns. And Vince is probably like, God damn it, you're right. Let me find another script.
Anyway, next.
Asuka versus Sasha Banks. All right, look, I'm not going to fucking lie. These matches were not the best, but if I was to choose one of them that was better than the other, it was the Sasha Banks and Asuka fight. That shit was leagues and bounds better than the one with Bayley. And I was more entertained by it. It's just the results, I was like, oh, are we again teasing Bayley and Sasha breaking up for the 90th time? Oh
yes. I don't know. That's interesting that you said that. I don't know if you caught SmackDown, but when Sasha or whatever was cutting her promo, she did give a side eye to Bayley, like, I will have vengeance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I peeped that. And I hope and pray they lose these tag titles, even though the persons who are going to get them would not be a better option. But I hope they lose them because I want to see Sasha turn heel and win that title.
Okay.
It's long overdue. Long overdue.
Speaking of the next opponents.
Okay.
No. Go and finish what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I was going to say Bayley had no business coming. Look, I felt disrespected listening to what Bayley said. She's like, "Oh, you could never defend a Raw title." I was like, "Damn, shit." You have to. That really did catch me off guard. I didn't expect her to say some fire out of her mouth like that. So they better turn. They better not waste that. Ashley Turner. That's all I really wanted to say.
You're right. But what would be amazing right now? All right. Speaking of, does anybody know their next opponents?
Iconics, no?
You said what?
No, Sasha Banks and Bayley's next opponent.
Sasha Banks and Bayley's next opponents are not the Iconics.
Yeah, the Iconics.
It's the Iconics, is it not? Who is it then?
It's one half of Samoan Steakhouse.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
And Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. That was ugly.
Hey, I'm gonna call them the Steakhouse.
You just said that.
No,
You said that.
they were the Samoan Steakhouse when it was Tamina.
How about you find a better name? How about you be more creative?
The Ugly Chicks Club.
Wow.
Oh.
I'm just mean. I don't care about this match. I got to be mean about it, man. But yeah, the next opponent is Shayna Baszler, which I honestly don't find that ugly. I guess that means most of the ugly is on Nia Jax. So
I like her hairstyle.
If Shayna Baszler was to draw on some eyebrows, and then maybe,
I said that. I asked where her eyebrows was since she was in NXT, and nobody answered me.
maybe, no.
I asked if she had the freaking whatchamacallit drink, the Bobby Lashley disease, whatever. Wait, this man had a tattoo on his eyebrows or something. I'm like, you girl, Shayna, you just tattoo you some eyebrows, make them drinks look threaded, and then you be good.
Doesn't she have like a boyfriend or something?
I think so.
she has a millions. If I was her millions, I'd be like, don't beat me up, girl. But you, we gonna get a marker for you today, girl.
Wow. Okay, he says.
Anywho, so does anybody want to place a bet, or does anybody want to take a shot on the next bet that we're about to place? Does anybody want to make bet? Anybody want to play a dangerous game?
No.
Okay, we're gonna play this dangerous game. How many of you want to place a bet that somebody's gonna end up injured because Nia Jax is in the match?
That's the game. That's the game I did not want to play.
We're gonna play it. Anybody want to place that bet?
If they're smart, they book it in a way where Nia doesn't have much to do in the match.
The Rock's
They already yelled at her and cussed her out backstage for her injuring people, and they basically told her to calm down. So hopefully, doesn't have a repeat because she might lose her job.
Who did she injure?
She injured the plexiglass.
And Kyrie Sane. Or Kyrie Sane literally told her to get the fuck off of her in Japanese. Like, yo, when somebody's telling you to get off of me, that means you're doing it fucking wrong. Fucking hate this woman. Yet, she's in another goddamn match. Again, because we love her. Yay. Fucking dumb. God. Oh, I'm The Rock's cousin, so give me special treatment. Put me in the title match. Well, people hate wrestling you because you literally injure everybody. And it's sort of like,
telling you,
well, it doesn't matter.
She hit the plexiglass, and that drains out for 6 months now.
Yeah, I noticed it was a different plexiglass on SmackDown and Raw.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next match was Drew McIntyre versus Randy Orton, and I'm going to be completely honest. I was slightly bored.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I skipped it.
I would have been fine if the ending paid off, but we got a backslide for a victory.
We got a fucking backslide. Who the fuck, dog?
And I won't keep saying it. WWE stops ending these matches and roll ups and backslide.
It's because they don't know what to do. So it's like, roll up.
Yeah, you know what would have pissed me off even more if they said it's a disqualification. I would have been like, "Hey, yo, fuck."
I think they did it solely because they want to continue the saga of Randy and Drew.
They don't click well in the ring, though.
They don't.
They don't need their styles don't mix properly.
They don't. Mm-hmm. God, give this man AJ Styles or something. Jesus Christ. Randy Orton is one of the greatest. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, but Randy Orton does not mix with everybody, bro.
Does anyone realize the amount of? I know they announced at least 2 triple threats by now. That's pretty crazy. So Payback is going to be filled with triple threats.
We will get to it. Trust me. We will get to it. But yeah, the match to me was not entertaining. It wasn't as entertaining as freaking Dominic's match, and I was just like, how am I more bored of this than I was Dominic's match?
Dominic's match was my favorite of the whole night.
Yeah, because it was entertaining, and it had a good story to it, so I was entertained.
I also liked his ring gear too.
It was pretty fucking cool.
Oh, wait, I just remembered something. I just thought of something funny. What happens if, so you know they're supposed to be saying that his ring name was supposed to be Prince Mysterio? What happens, hey, this would have been so fucking funny if they actually changed this man's name to Prince Guerrero.
Oh my god.
I
think Dominic Guerrero.
Please stop. That feud was so bad. Please.
I mean, he is Eddie Guerrero. I mean, all right.
God, that was so bad. I'm really your father, Dominic. And to make it even funnier, if you go back and watch it, the motherfucker had his hair dyed. Like, his dad let his son dye his goddamn hair. So Dominic looked pretty stupid when he was a kid. I was like, why did you let your boy dye his hair? What is wrong with you? Anywho. Let's move on to the final match. Which, I don't know what to say about that match.
Oh, I got you. Skip to the end. Because the match was horrible. Oh, God.
So, me and Galactic did a watch-along for that match. And I rewatched the watch-along, and we were not paying attention.
It was very bad, bro.
Me and Galactic literally wasn't paying attention between the Drew McIntyre Randy Orton match and the feed match. We were not paying attention, son.
Exactly. It was very bad. It was horrible. And literally the highlight was the last 5 minutes. It was starting from when the Fiend hit Sister Abigail. That's when it got good.
Well, that was the end of the match.
Exactly.
When he's just staring at him on the fucking. God, I hated this match. This match, B. Roman cannot wrestle anymore. I don't know what's happening. I think it's the hair.
It's the hair.
He lost his powers, man. It's the hair.
Oh my God, he did. He lost. It's the hair. Dog, you're right. Y'all are right. It was the hair.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Yeah, he just needs to go back to wearing the little black sheep mask and join.
No, none of that. Fuck that. That was the worst he was. Christ.
I mean, the decline that he's on right now, man. I don't know.
God, ever since that goddamn match with Brock Lesnar, he was on a sharp decline. And then Vince was like, hold up. Let's put you in a match with Kane and Brock Lesnar in the triple threat.
This man's tired of you. Didn't want.
And then Kane beat Finn Balor, and I will never get over that shit. He beat
It be like that. It be like that sometimes.
But yeah,
gives people L's.
Yes, and I'm gonna honestly say the best part of the goddamn pay-per-view, the best part, the very best part, the part that they literally advertised, that you'll never see it coming, was Roman Reigns coming back and being a heel.
I kind of excited. Yes, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Yes, I'm so happy that this man has turned heel. I've begged and pleaded. I've prayed for this for literally like 5 years, bro. I'm so happy.
Yeah, Roman Reigns came back.
Honestly, I'm happy.
Yes.
Hey, you know what's gonna be funny?
What?
You know what's gonna be funny?
What?
if he's not a heel.
Oh no! If he goes on live television. Oh no! Oh nah. We will talk about what happened.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. But he is. I strongly believe he is.
Oh,
because of what happened on SmackDown.
Yeah, he's not a face, babe. He's a heel.
I was just being funny, making a joke.
Yeah.
I was trying to be dastardly.
We don't want dastardly.
Yeah. You know I'm not.
Yes. Well, suffering succotash.
You know I'm not.
Exactly.
Come off the mid podcast. Anywho.
And I also like that the Fiend they gave him the title. I like that.
But now he's a transitional champion. I truly believe he is.
Well, they're putting him on the triple threat, which I guess is a good time to bring up those triple threats now. So
hopefully he doesn't lose.
I don't think he will. I don't think they're gonna give the title to Roman just yet. That's just me.
We'll see.
Right, you got to build him first.
They're going to build him as some sort of monster. But of course, they're going to protect him, and that's why Strowman's in the match to take the heat.
Yeah.
For me. So,
I can see that.
You know, I think that's just how it's going to be.
And then we're going to talk about Payback in a minute. So let's talk about the venues. I noticed there's a large difference between the venues between NXT and SummerSlam. One just had trainers and wrestlers being in the crowd. The other had fucking the Thunderdome. Now, how many of us like the Thunderdome and the fake fan noise?
Sir.
Yeah, I know,
Sir.
bro.
That was kind of loud. Did anyone else catch that Kenny Omega was on the Thunderdome on SmackDown?
Yes, that was hilarious. And then
Super
Kenny sent the message saying, I was just trying to have a good time and watch. I didn't think nobody would notice me. Like, really? Really, Kenny? Okay.
But I think the whole Thunderdome idea is stupid simply because they're copying NBA. Like, literally, script for script. That is what the NBA did. With from the way they did it with the rows and how they did like the rows and everything to make it look like a lot of people, like everything about that Thunderdome is literally what the NBA did. They just changed the name.
What was I saying? I mean, it's an idea that most sports outlets were thinking about doing for a while now. So, you know, I'm not really surprised that WWE picked it up because WWE was trying the plexiglass with the random people, you know, for a while. It just wasn't working. So they need to try. They're trying to figure out how to get this to work. You know, we're gonna see. I have a feeling we're gonna see them go through a bunch of different phases before they finally settle on something.
Yeah, because this shit was like awful. And so far, and I don't know if you guys noticed, but I said this, and I even said this during the watch along. If you remember Galactic, why would they allow the trolls to win something like this? Like, there were a shit ton of trolls. There was a shit ton of trolls from.
You gotta admit, on paper it's a good idea, but in execution they just, with the fake cheers and all, it doesn't work.
Yo, the fake cheers is actually very frustrating. Like, I think
that's what really kills it. I'd rather have it be in silence with people's reaction in the background than these fake cheers and applaud.
Yeah, because that shit, it's actually really annoying. Like, legit, like, if I can find them, one of the ones where somebody fell asleep, multiple people fell asleep in the middle of the wrestling event. Somebody put a teddy bear. Somebody put a picture of Chris Benoit. Somebody put the KKK rally on the joint. Somebody.
Oh my god!
The only one.
So how long until someone leak Paige's tape? That's the real question.
Thank you. The one that's gonna literally catch me off guard is somebody puts a dick pic up.
WWE's gonna take that down so quick.
Oh yeah, somebody was like, "Hey, we're gonna put Paige's sex tape." I was like, "Well."
Did somebody really put that up there?
Oh no, the people was talking about it. I was like, "Well."
And then there's
be surprised if they did.
Yeah, and then there's a one with a Westie, which was cute. I'm not gonna lie, the Westie watching the damn TV, watching the event was pretty cute. I'm not gonna lie. That wasn't bad. A guy fell asleep, and they kept putting one person. The guy with the green shirt and the hat was on 3 TVs at the same time, which I think he is not real. I think he is an AI construct.
That's sad if you got to use AI constructs, bro. Like, just go back to
no. This goes back a long time. Mr. Dark Wave knows.
Yes.
There is a gentleman who appears in
every
single pay-per-view.
Green shirt, brown hat.
Green shirt, brown hat. Every time. And he's always
research on that.
What if it's just a fan, guys? Yeah.
Bruh, he's on every live event in every pay-per-view. And
nobody's that person. Like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound real.
Every time.
Yeah.
And you see it.
They have to have.
You said what?
These people. They have to have these people, man.
No.
We all know this. Watching WWE, so.
Alright, but the fact that they travel literally all over the world, and you're following
what do you do for a living?
He is an AI construct.
He probably gets paid a lot just to. I don't think it's an AI. I think it's a real person.
He's he has to be a robot. He wears the same thing in every event. Green shirt, brown hat. He's everywhere.
He probably does it so people can know it's him, to be honest. If you think about it.
Probably so, but that's still. This is a wall shit. Ugh.
Hey, yo, every time we're doing a watch along, Mr. Darker goes, "There he is! There he is again! What the fuck?"
I think.
Shit!
And it's always the same fucking seat. It's always the same fucking seat that he's in.
The front row. Hey, they really had a KKK robe at the Thunderdome. That was so goddamn funny. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, Mr. McMahon doesn't want to come across racist. Well, some people just ruined that for him.
Hey, yo, but as I said, for me, if I was in the PR department and they said, let's have a Thunderdome and have everybody, like, people buy digital tickets, I'd be like, Vince, how many days before we see a dick on there?
You would just hope that your team would have that shit in control. You know what I'm saying?
Right. There's people that will have to sit here and be on top of that.
Exactly. You're gonna hire someone.
Not on top of the dick, but on top of people posting.
No, you're gonna hire someone.
Even if you got people on it, I mean, it's still gonna get seen by somebody. Someone's gonna screen cap that shit.
Which is true. WWE fans don't miss anything.
Nope. Yeah, but the Thunderdome and the fake crowd shit is really annoying. Moving on.
I just don't like the fact that with WWE they was told, like, I would sit here and rebel. Like, the reason why people doing that shit, like, how you gonna sit here and tell me, oh, you need to cheer when Roman comes out, or you need to boo for this person, or you need to sit here and do this for that. Like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Hey, Gus, come here. I'm gonna put you right here in this damn camera. I'll be doing this. I will be so immature doing this. That's why I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this.
Anywho,
all right, y'all. I'm about to step.
Bye.
Bye. Name redacted. We'll see you later.
All right, y'all. Till next time.
Yeah, Mr. Name redacted. All right.
Ow. All
right, moving on. We're gonna go on to Payback because Payback is literally a poster of fucking Roman Reigns. Because of course it is.
Did you expect anything else?
I don't know. Maybe the Fiend.
No. No.
I heard him growling. So the matches that we got. Oh, by the way, NXT versus SummerSlam. Which one was the winner?
NXT.
Why do you always ask this question?
I don't know why would I ask that question. Oh, by the way, I forgot. Before I bring up Payback, who wants to talk about Keith Lee on Monday Night Raw?
Not me.
What? Why they put him in booty shorts? I don't know.
Hey, Vince want to see them chocolate cakes.
I mean,
Vince said, "Oh, let me see what me and Yum be you know."
Yeah, he's like, let me see your booty. Show me your booty hole.
It's like, come on, Big E does it.
Oh God!
And then had the unmitigated audacity and the balls, or the prunes, as he was fucking told by Roman Reigns, to change this motherfucker's theme song. He said,
I thought Irishman had potato.
Yeah, he said he made like 3 to 4 different dick jokes. I'm not even gonna lie to you. The one with Vince McMahon was just super weird. I thought you had peaches, not prunes. Like, ew, why do you keep talking about the penis of a man on live television? Why do you keep letting Vince tell you to talk about this? But whatever.
Yeah, as far as Keith Lee's theme song, that was because it had something to do with the group and stuff like that was making the music and stuff for WWE. They're no longer with the company, the lawsuit, all that other stuff. So Keith Lee's music was actually one of the last joints from that group. So therefore, when he got up to the main roster, they was just like, nope.
But a lot of other people are still using their theme music.
Exactly. No, I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying that is the reason why for the change. What was reported. I'm just going from what was reported.
Oh yeah, I know.
Because Big E still has his theme.
I know.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5. I don't know the rest of the words. Anywho, moving on back to Payback or Back Pay. Because I'm pretty sure there's going to be WWE Back Pay tomorrow.
Are we doing a watch along for that one?
Yes, we are, if you want to. You know what? No, we're actually going to Iron Age tomorrow.
You're going to go to Iron Age at like 7 o'clock?
I mean, we get off. We're going to be in Iron Age.
He gets off. I am off. I'm on for it.
I mean, if y'all want to do a short watch along while I'm getting home from work, then yeah. I would just have to explain to Mrs. Spirit how to operate the recording. But
no, there's no need in doing all that. I'll just...
Or we can do a watch or along of a later variety where we don't watch the pay-per-view and then watch it later if you want.
Discuss it after the show.
Yay! All right. Yeah, so the matches that we got.
Thank you.
Bayley and Sasha Banks versus Team Shayna Baszler and Injury Prone.
I love that.
You mean botch?
Yeah, Botchamania. Yeah. You know what? Shayna Baszler and the Botch Wonder. Yep. Shayna Baszler, who started off botching and got better, versus the person on the opposite end of the spectrum who botches and got worse with the botches and literally fucked up many of her contemporaries in the fucking ring. Who do you guys think is going to win that damn match? I already know who's going to win the match.
You know what? Just because I don't want them to win, I'm going to say Sasha and Bayley should win. And will win.
we already.
I know they're not, but I don't want those two women to win. What's her name? Nia and
Shayna.
Yeah.
Why did they even team up? That's all I want to know.
Because it was like, oh, we might as well work together because we're two supposedly, one badass and one fat ass, so let's just get together. Here we go. Boom.
Okay, so now we got Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley and the Hurt real estate agents.
Bobby Lashley wins.
Yeah. How did I know that I wasn't the only one to say Bobby Lashley's going to win that goddamn match? Because I think Bobby Lashley's definitely going to win it. Because if Apollo Crews wins this, I'm going to be like, okay, can we stop getting him, Apollo Crews, to fight this group of people? And then the next pay-per-view is going to be Apollo Crews versus Shelton Benjamin. And I guarantee you if he wins that, it's going to be versus Shelton Benjamin next. I'm going to skip that. We got Keith Lee versus Randy Orton, part 2. I mean, it's exciting. Think it's going to be disqualification?
I think no winner, no contest.
Oh, yeah, probably going to be a no contest. But I'm not going to lie. I'm not looking forward to that match at all. It's probably going to
Is Randy Orton at Payback?
Yeah, it's Keith Lee versus Randy Orton at Payback, yeah.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
All right. Then we got the tag team match of the Mysterio family versus the Monday Night Messiah and his what's it called? Jehovah's Witness.
Wow.
Dominic pins Buddy Murphy.
Yeah, that's actually probably what's gonna. In fact, I must say they're both going to do a double 619 on Seth Rollins. He's going to roll out the ring after, and then they're going to do a frog splash on Murphy and get the pin. Now there's a match that I genuinely don't think Matt Riddle needs to waste his time with. It's Matt Riddle versus Baron the motherfucking King Corbin. All right, I mean my bad. It's Matt Riddle versus the manager at the Applebee's.
Wow.
Baron Corbin wins.
I swear to God, if Baron Corbin wins this damn match. But then again, we can't all have what we want because Vince sucks. Yeah, so yeah, you're right. It's probably gonna be the manager at Applebee's is gonna win that shit. But then again, we got another match that I didn't even know was a match, and that was Big E versus Sheamus. Why are they fighting?
Because they've been slightly feuding. I don't know.
I don't even.
Pull up the card.
Oh, okay. I guess
Big E wins.
Big E's gonna definitely win that match because they're trying to push him into the main event scene, and it's ever so gingerly slow. But whatever. I just thought they would have just put him in the scene.
It's better. No, it's better that they make it slow. It's better. Trust me.
I'm surprised that they're not like, oh, he's in the triple threat match now too. It's gonna be the Fiend versus Roman Reigns versus Big E versus Braun Strowman. Speaking of, I remember a promo. Maybe I'd say about 2-3 years ago, where the Authority, aka the same 3 fucking people, came out and said there would be no more rematch clauses. Did they else remember that?
That was dead and buried long ago. I don't know why you're still hanging on to it. We all knew.
Okay, I was just asking on why we're getting Braun Strowman in this match against the Fiend and Roman Reigns.
You know why?
Who you guys think is going to win the match? I honestly, and by the way, I think it's going to be Roman Reigns.
I feel like I already told you what's going to happen. If it's Roman Reigns, then goddamn, but I don't think it's going to be Roman.
Who do you think it's going to be?
I'm thinking they're going to keep it on the Fiend for this time being, and they're going to. That's why Strowman's in the match, because he's obviously not getting the title here. If he gets the title with God, I don't know. I don't know what the hell's happening, but I'm pretty sure Roman's going to be protected by Braun, and the Fiend's going to just completely demolish Braun Strowman.
Okay. By the way, I was super hyped when Roman Reigns had Paul Heyman by his side.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like everyone was. The overall reaction on Twitter and social media was like, oh my god, he's with Paul Heyman. Yes, this is what we wanted. Roman is a heel. You know.
Yeah.
And I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's what they did with the Usos, where it was like, all right, we want to change. You guys are getting booed because you're the cousins of Roman Reigns, so let's go ahead and change you heel. And then they became a hot commodity, and now they. I don't want to talk about that shit. But
the blood pretty damn good.
I mean, they were
as a team if they were all heel.
Yeah, that would have worked out well. Well, also, let's hope if Roman Reigns has the same old theme song, then I believe he's going to win. If he doesn't have the same theme song, he's going to lose.
Ba-da, ba-da, da-da.
Yeah.
If WWE's going all in with this, they need a new theme for Roman. And I mean that.
Yeah, but we all know what's gonna happen. You're gonna dodo, and then Roman Reigns wins. Never mind. Yeah, so that's done. But yeah, I really think. Does anybody else have any more opinions on that match? Does anybody else think the Fiend's going to be a transitional champion like I do?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't
think that's going to happen.
Hey, I feel like the Fiend is going to be a transitional champion. Also, not going to lie to you, this pay-per-view is too fucking soon. It's way too goddamn soon. They did not need to do this.
They're trying to fix the calendar, man.
You can't fix the calendar by making a different pay-per-view at a different time, but you have to make a pay-per-view a week after a pay-per-view. One of the big four, nonetheless. A week? How many of these matches are properly built up?
None of them. That's why it's called Payback. They don't really have to. The pay-per-view rides itself.
The pay-per-view Payback is not about the... Whatever.
It's about Payback.
Whatever, bro. I mean, but some of these matches aren't paybacks at all.
Like which ones?
The Shayna Baszler Nia Jax match, Apollo Crews versus Bobby Lashley technically isn't payback because he just beat MVP. Roman Reigns getting inserted into the match technically it makes it payback.
Whoa. Okay, we're going to start with the Shayna Baszler one. They both teamed up on Raw to get payback against those two. That's literally the narrative they're going with. And then you move on to the Bobby Lashley one. They're in the Hurt Business. They're in the same team. So that is payback, technically.
They are not called the Hurt Business. They're called the Hurt Assassins. I don't know what you're talking about. Son.
And then you go to the last one. I didn't even know what the last one you said was. But, they all technically are payback.
All right, cool. So we're going to get the same matches from last week. Got you. Fine. Yeah, except Big E versus Sheamus technically didn't fight yet. But whatever.
Yeah, that I don't know. Maybe Sheamus did something to Big E or said something. I thought it was Sheamus. I thought it was going to be The Miz, though.
Yeah.
Was that SmackDown?
That was probably I don't care. That's how much I care. All right. Is there anything else wrestling related that you mother jubbers wanted to talk about?
Nope.
Yeah.
The wrestling doesn't deserve our voice.
Yeah, you kind of right on that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this wrestling crap for now, and then I'm gonna have to say goodbye, everybody. Y'all was gonna let me do that? Really? In your ears? Really? Really?
It was not loud, but it's just weird.
Oh, you just gonna let me be weird in your ears? I was like.